Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Brian, and in this vid I'm looking at what ended up on my pedal board at the end of 2024. Now I've done other vids like this, the end of 2023 and 22, etc. If you want to check them out and compare. This time I thought I'd shake it up a little bit and mention honourable mentions to other pedals that I've used throughout the year that spent some time on the board. You know, we can compare what's taken over from them and why I may have changed things around and stuff like that. But basically, in essence, you know, the like for like replacements on here. So we're going into the Peterson mini strobe tuner, and I do like this tuner. It's stayed on the board all year. It's top mounted jack, so it goes on the end there nicely. And that's why the pedal next to it, the Mythos Golden Fleece, the yellow pedal there, that went after it because I needed some fuzz in this band I was in, and I love that pedal. It's like a fuzz face stroke overdrive pedal. Only got one knob on it, and I've got a lot of time for that, and that may end up back on the board at some point. I do like it. That went after the Peterson strobe tuner because it's got side jacks, and it was a room thing. And Zach from Mythos says that he doesn't like seeing buffers running it. Well, I've got the digital buffer running through the Peterson, which is a marvellous thing. That didn't seem to affect the Mythos Golden Fleece at all. It sounded fine, so it just shows you should experiment. It might not work with other tuners or pedals, but for me it was fine. So that went in there next. And that went into the Dunlop Mini Wah pedal I've had for years and years now. It's been totally reliable. It's light as a feather, easy attached to the board. It's got a little switch inside it which you can change to voice it differently, but I just use the stock setting. I love it. I always place this towards the end of the pedal board. You just want to get the most reach you can there because you've only got that small footprint. I know a lot of people can't get on with these. I've got size 10 feet and I could still manage to operate it. These pedals. It does take a bit of getting used to. When you get used to it, it's fine though. For the amount I actually use it, that's all I kind of need there. So for the first sort of 5 months of the year there, I was playing in this band, and it required kind of what I thought sort of late 70s, early 80s session player kind of sounds. So it went from the Dunlop Mini Wah into the Greer Lightspeed, which is a pedal that's obviously now it's one of the most highly lauded overdrives out there. I've done a video on that, and it's a brilliant sort of transparent overdrive. That was doing my kind of light, cleanish to slightly crunchy sounds duties, and doing it brilliantly well. That got replaced by this pedal by Kasleder, the Pelion. I just wanted a little bit more oomph. The Pelion it is a clone, but it has some differences. It's true bypass. It's got germanium diodes in it, and I think most of the clones I've tried that have got the germanium diodes in, they just have something about them. It sounds, I don't know. I prefer it. Might just be all in my head, but I prefer it. So let's have some sounds finally. And to do that, we need to switch the tuner on. Of course, the tuner's great for a mute if you want to change guitars in a set or whatever. So we're off now. I'm playing a Music Man HSS Silhouette Special, I believe it's called. So we've got humbucker and we've got 2 single coils on it. So I'm going into the Victory DP40. That's the basic sound into the amp. So it's got that kind of plummy big sound of clones and that. But for me, it's warmer. This is a lot warmer, and to me, the best clones of the original run that Bill Finnegan did original runs. They've got what I describe as like a hollow metallic sound to them. This has got like a hollow woody sound to it, if you will. I rarely, if ever, use that on its own. I'm using it as a kind of stacker with the other pedals, which I think clones are so good at. Which leads me to the next pedal next to it, the Kasleder Xotic Twins. Now, if you haven't checked out Kasleder pedals, please do. I think he's an amazing builder. I love his stuff. It is boutique stuff, but I don't think he charges the earth for what you get with these pedals. Honestly, no. He's carefully checking out parts and all the rest of it, and yeah, there's some vintage stuff in these pedals. They're marvellous. So the Xotic Twins is a blues breaker on the left and a modded tube screamer on the right. Now I don't like tube screamers, to be honest with you, but this modded tube screamer sounds great. So let's hear it. It's a suitably green lead. Love it. Stacks beautifully with the Pelion. Oops, sorry for that. As you can hear, like, stacks beautifully, and that's, you know, another flavour of overdrive that I've got there. Let's hit the blues breaker side. This is a lovely, this is my always on pedal now. So this has replaced the EP booster you can see here, which stayed on the board for a good 5 months. This just is doing that role now, and I just love the purity of it. Turn the Pelion off. To me, it just sounds like a JTM 45, just cooking around there, but not going too crazy, or a Fender, overdriven Fender amp. Beautiful. When you hear it stacked with the modded tube screamer though, magic happens. Beautiful. I like stacking it with the Pelion too, for a kind of early 70s, mid 70s classic rock sound. You back it off a bit. Got this lovely warm light crunch. That's lovely to back that off and drop into a mix. I love it. You can't think of like Tom Petty, Peter Frampton, that kind of thing. He does all that kind of stuff beautifully well. Let's hear all three. Fantastic. If you just want that extra bit of driving gain there, sustain, beautiful. So that's the Kasleder Xotic twins. So yeah, effectively before that I was using the Black Mountain Crunch and the EP booster, and that's kind of replaced that. So a Moddy Marshall sound and a wonderful EP booster. But I found I do prefer these. It cleans up better than the Black Mountain Crunch, basically. So moving on, that goes into the Ripley 4 by Jam pedals, which is basically a chorus and a phaser combined. It's just set to a standard 10-2 here. I'm going to leave this on because it is my always on pedal. And kind of go into a pseudo Leslie rotary thing. I have it set on the less harsh sort of chorus with that toggle switch there, like the more gentler one. That just changes things to vibrato. So you get the idea, really. With just very little switching around. I've got all these options there. It's just a little flick of a switch with a turn of a knob, like, you know. If we put this on, this is a kind of a crazy kind of double speed warbly thing. It's kind of sounding, you know, what's the word? What's those flipping pedals now? I can't remember now. It sounds a bit more effective there. I have used it on certain things. It is useful, just throwing a random sound. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Now we've got a phaser. It's just a single knob phaser. They're a Ripley, or is it Ripple phaser? Let's hear a little bit of that. Absolutely superb. So it's nice to have all those options available there. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of drive options and quite a lot of modulation options there with just these three pedals basically going along here. That goes, I should give an honourable mention yet, obviously, I mustn't forget, to the SCF chorus by TC Electronics. That spent some time on the board in the summer and early autumn. it's a thinner sounding chorus, which you might prefer, and it's quite chimey as well. So you know, and you have got the option with this toggle there of pitch modulation and flanger. So again, like the Ripley 4, just a few little basic tweaks, and you know, you're into different pedal sounds and settings. I really do like that. It really is a toss up between these two. I just like the fact this phaser's foot switchable, and it just sounds a little bit more lush. Does the chorus side of the Ripley 4, which is based on the Jam waterfall pedal, I should say. That goes into the delay Llama Xtreme, an analog delay. That replaced the delay Llama. This is the version 2. That did a lot of duties. Again, first 5 or 6 months of the year, that was doing the delay duties. Still love this pedal. Has one Achilles heel for me, which I'm assuming they've sorted out on the version 3, and that's the foot switch. When you put that foot switch on, there's a slight delay before the delay comes on. Really, it's not long, but it's just enough of a pause that, you know, especially if you're recording or something, you can hear it. The actual sounds of it though are absolutely impeccable. It's a brilliant delay, but that was the one thing that was bugging me with it. There's a version 3 that's got this tap tempo switch on it as well, so you've got your delay and your tap, I think, on that. And I'm sure the foot switches will be the same as this on that, so worth a look if you think the delay Llama Xtreme is too expensive. What we've got here basically is a kind of mini delay station, really, and it is in typical Jam fashion. It's you know, it's got its eccentricities, which is what I love about Jam pedals. You know, they're a little bit different. So I've got, this is my normal kind of delay, my standard delay sound. Sounds absolutely great with that chorus on it. And it's good. You can throw as much gain in the front end of the delay Llama as you want, and it still holds up. That's why I like it. You can throw a lot in front of it, and you know, you don't have to stick this in the effects loop at all. It's great. Of course, the difference is here, you may have noticed you've got some preset LED lights here, so they come in a basic form, and then you can tweak them with all these controls. You've got trails, kill dry, and you know, your dotted whatever's 16ths, your 8ths, and whatever. So you can manufacture them to your own taste to a degree. The first one is basically, it's a kind of vibrato delay, and I've just manufactured it to sound like this. I've gone for a shorter delay. Beautiful sounding. Next one is there's like some tape warble on it and things like that. I've just gone for like over the top echo sound. And if you really want the full beans on a solo, and what you can do, if you're going through, like say you're playing a song, you can just and you know you want that over the top echo. With your foot, you can just go like that, and then you're just ready to go. And you can change it on the fly. So say I wanted a delay, or say I wanted to delay sound on my first solo in a song, so I can actually switch it as I'm playing, and I can on the fly turn that into a real over the top echo if I want. It's brilliant. Third up, we've got this is really random, isn't it? This is real RTD2 kind of Star Wars stuff. You can hear it going. I'm not even touching. I swear I'm not even touching the guitar. It's just doing it itself. It's like being in that bar on the first Star Wars movie. Excuse me, I've got a bit of an allergy at the moment. I'm sure I'll find a use for it in some song or some cover at some point. At the moment I haven't. It's a lot of fun to muck around with. The final one is almost like a synthesizer. Beautiful. So easy to use it on the fly, easy to save the presets. Obviously, you know, you set up the basic sound there, say like one of these like that, and you can just twiddle it again, adjust it, and then you can save it, and it'll just store that sound for when you want it. But this is how I've set it up now. So that's it. That's the pedal board for 2024, and thanks for watching. Stay safe, keep well, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.